Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a look here at CKB, which is Nervos Network. And if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, this is for educational purposes only. And just know that I've been trading for a very long time, and my goal is to help you become more of an effective trader. If you need a little bit of a leg up, perhaps, or just a community that helps you become better, I actually have a trading community. Link in the description below. Check that out. I send out signals for every single trade that I take, and we are constantly profitable. Really awesome experience, and we're growing a great portfolio. So check that out in your own time. I actually have a descriptive video if you need to learn more about that. Now, first thing we're going to do is look at Bitcoin. That's pretty much the standard thing to do before you jump into any altcoin, right? If you're not looking at Bitcoin first, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Always recommend looking at it just so you know what's going on, because this really controls the market. If you can become a Bitcoin professional, altcoins become super easy, if that makes any sense. Obviously, they're all different, but they're all very much the same too, because they rely on Bitcoin's success. So, Bitcoin success, speaking of which, is kind of hovering around 63,000. We got a support channel between 58 and 60,000. We've also got a major resistance channel between 65 and 66. So it's pretty much smack dab right in the middle, just waiting for it to kind of figure itself out. I believe we might see another leg down just based on the simple fact that we have, we need to see more of a drop in order to have a larger increase, if that makes any sense. Because if we just say blast 100,000 soon, right, in the next month, we'd see that, then we're going to have a huge sell-off, and it may not be able to get as much gains as we want it to, based on the simple fact that it never had a chance to cool off long enough, right? Trust me, 3 days of consolidation isn't enough when we had a 60% increase over a course of only 3 weeks, right? So just keep that in mind. We need to have a little bit more consolidation. So I'd be happy if the price just kind of hung around 60,000 for the next week, and then we take long positions to the upside. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to CKB. Let's see what's going on here. Now, obviously, CKB has tons of potential. We've already hit 2 of our 3 profit targets in our trading community, which is excellent. But the bottom line here is we need to kind of know where it's going to head soon. I think it's going to take off. It's kind of priming itself for that. Granted, it's not a large market cap coin, so it might take a little while for it to get that capitalization from the Bitcoin dominance. It's going to start decreasing soon. But generally speaking, it's definitely showing signs of improvement. Whereas when it sold off and retraced here recently, it held very close to the support level / resistance zone, right? So it's kind of hovering right between here. We can see that it's pretty much sticking right between what, about 0.19 and 0.02. Okay, so that's pretty much just the support channel that we have here right there. And now as far as resistances, there's a few here and there. We can go ahead and take a look at Fibonacci retracement to identify that. There's a good chance we'll go ahead and see a few here as well, but the bottom line is that we're looking pretty good. In other words, its potential highest point, 0.027, is likely we're going to see that within the next month, and then I would say even further up thereafter. But the bottom line here is that the price has to consolidate just a little bit further, and then it's going to ramp up, because it had a pretty healthy run right here, and it didn't have a chance to recover. You see how high it went here on the 20th? It needs to bounce back from that, right? The further you come down, the longer it takes to bounce and recover back up to the upside, right? So just keep that in mind. So let's just go ahead and take a quick look at the 4-hour chart, get some support and resistance levels here, kind of drawn up, and see what's going on. So we got an obvious resistance level here at about, what is that, 2.0, well, let's just say 2.6 cents. That's probably a little easier to pronounce. That's at 2.6 cents. Then, of course, we've got a resistance here as well at about 2.3. So let's just go ahead and mark that as well. All right. So now we've got some support and resistance levels. Let's go ahead and take a look at some other metrics here. First of all, RSI is under 70. That's awesome for a 4-hour chart. It basically means it has more gas left in the tank. It can definitely still continue to increase. We had a MACD convergence here as well that kind of gave us a buy signal. That was today at 1 a.m. So while some of us were sleeping, myself included, I'm not much of a night owl, this was cranking. And what was that? That was 1 a.m. Let's put that right here. What we're going to do, we're going to look at the 1-hour chart and kind of see the correlation between this and the cloud. But generally speaking, yeah, we're looking pretty good here for Nervos. One thing to also note too, and let's see how much longer we have left in this little run, because technically we're at a 7 out of 9. In other words, we typically on any traditional increase, you'll see a 9 get hit and then it resets. In other words, we have 9 candlesticks worth of bullish momentum, then it has to consolidate before it legs up again. All right, so right now it's at a 7. that basically means we have 2 more 4-hour candlesticks. So 8 hours from now, we'll likely see the price stop. In other words, it should get stopped out or essentially just go sideways from there, right? So what I'd like to see, of course, is the price kind of come up here to resistance and just kind of hang out right there, have this nice ascending wedge pattern, and then break out to the upside. That happens more often than not in crypto, so I think that's a strong likelihood. So if we see a continuation up to about, just say 2.3, don't worry about it. Just let it kind of roll up there and just let it consolidate, right? If it goes sideways from there, we're great. You can kind of see what happened here previously as well. It did a very similar thing here where it kind of got stopped out, then it took off. We could very well see that, get stopped out, and then take off. So it does have a tendency of repeating its similar patterns. This one just definitely does that a lot. So taking a look at the 1-hour chart, let's go ahead and see here what's going on with this here. Now, keep this in mind, the 1-hour chart, I believe, is a little more effective for bullish momentous trends or just say, market exhaustion for that matter. So if we look at this here, you can see the price is at a 9 right now. In other words, we should see some type of tapering off, some sideways action in order for it to continue to progress higher later, right? So this is actually good. I'd like to see it go sideways, consolidate a little bit, and then leg up again, closer to resistance, break that resistance, and keep moving, right? So that'd be nice to see. So that's kind of what we're looking at here for Nervos Network. Now, very last thing I might want to take a look here at is the cloud, just kind of see where we're at. We are above the cloud now, which is great. This is a very good sign because generally speaking, when you see the price above the cloud, it's considered a buy signal. And we see this little line right here that I drew. That's the 4-hour chart, the MACD convergence to the 4-hour chart. So right there in this time frame here would have been a good indication of a buy signal to go long for a swing position. Same thing happened here as well. In other words, we've got the price breaking up above the cloud not 4 hours later. So pretty much we got 2 signals telling us that the price is well above the cloud. And you can see this working as a support level here as well. So if it continues to stay above the cloud, we're going to be in good shape. So I speculate we're going to see the price continue upwards. But again, we probably want to see a little bit of consolidation right close to that resistance or break the resistance, use it as a support level, and then move forward. But the bottom line here is that where the 1-day chart and where the 1-day candlestick closes is important. So the price, close right here, we should be good to go. All right. So that's everything I have for you here today. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me here. Be sure to check out my Patreon community. Link in the description below for that. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.